All right, listen to me. This is going to sound crazy. There are three sedans sitting on used car lots right now, all under 12 grand, that will straight up outlive cars costing 3 times more. I'm talking 300,000 miles. No drama, no surprise repair bills, just boring, unstoppable cars that wake up every morning and go to work. One of these just ranked number one in a major dependability study. Not number one sedan, number one period out of everything. And you can buy it this weekend for Corolla money. Another one runs a V6 that owners have pushed past 400,000 miles like it's nothing. Now here's why you should believe me. I've been a mechanic for 20 years. I've had my hands on nearly 200 of these cars, and across all that mileage, all those owners, all that abuse, I have never seen one grenade its engine, not once. So today, I'm showing you the three sedans mechanics quietly recommend when they're talking to someone they actually care about. Not what ads push, not what gets clicks, but what survives real life. And fair warning, the number one pick almost started a fight in my shop because a guy swore his Lexus was more reliable. I pulled up the data on my phone right there, and he said it had to be fake. That's how powerful brand myths are. We're counting down from 3 to 1. I'm saving the best value for last, and for each car, I'll tell you exactly which years to buy, which to avoid, what repairs actually cost, and the one or two habits that'll keep these things running basically forever. Let's go. Car number 3, Mazda 6, 2015 to 2017, and this one catches people off guard. Just last month, a customer pulled in with a 2016 Mazda 6 Touring showing 187,000 miles on the clock. She paid $8,200 for it, wanted a pre-purchase inspection after she already bought it. Always backwards, but I've stopped fighting that war. I put it up on the lift fully prepared for the usual high-mileage surprises, and instead, clean oil, clean transmission fluid, 0 leaks, brake pads still sitting at 40%. The only thing it needed was a mass airflow sensor. $145. That's it. That car is cruising its way to 300,000 miles without any drama whatsoever. And here's why that's not a fluke. Mazda now ranks third in long-term reliability, behind only Lexus and Toyota. Most people have no idea because the market is still pricing these cars like it's 2005, back when Mazdas had real rust problems. The reputation never caught up to the engineering, and that gap, that's exactly where the value lives. Under the hood, the 2015 to 2017 Mazda 6 runs a 2.5-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder with a timing chain, not a belt. That matters because timing belt replacements run anywhere from $800 to $1,200, and that cost hangs over a lot of used cars like a cloud. No belt? No problem. The engine makes 184 horsepower, pulls down 38 miles per gallon on the highway, and has essentially 0 documented catastrophic failures. Reassuring. The transmission is a conventional 6-speed automatic, not a CVT, so you're avoiding that entire category of long-term reliability headaches. On the money side, a 2015 to 2017 Mazda 6 typically lands between $7,000 and $12,000, depending on mileage and trim. Annual maintenance averages about $462, according to RepairPal. CompareTone. A same-year Accord comes in closer to $580 and a Camry around $485. So you're basically running neck and neck with Toyota on ownership costs while paying thousands less up front. Most repairs are simple and predictable. Mass airflow sensors around 135 to 160, brake rotors 3 to 500 per axle, wheel bearings 290 to 450. Reassuring. Nothing lurking here that's going to ambush your bank account. When you're looking to buy, avoid 2014. That year had 4 recalls and the most first-year issues of the entire Mazda 6 generation. The real sweet spot is 2016 and 2017. Skip the turbocharged version if keeping costs down matters to you. It needs premium synthetic oil and more frequent changes. Stick with Touring or Grand Touring trims with the standard 2.5-liter engine. If the car has the 2014 to 2016 infotainment screen, confirm the warranty extension for screen failures was already handled. And if you're shopping in the Rust Belt, physically get under the car and check the rear subframe and rocker panels. Rust protection improved a lot after 2014, but it's still not Toyota level. The bottom line on the Mazda 6 is simple. You get interior quality that genuinely feels premium, reliability data that sits right alongside Toyota, and a driving experience most people find far more engaging than the competition. And you're doing all of that while keeping $3,000 to $5,000 in your pocket compared to a similarly equipped Camry or Accord. That's real money. But if you think that is a good deal, hold on, because number 2 has a V6 that owners have taken past 400,000 miles.
Car number 2? The Toyota Avalon, 2013 to 2018. And this one just did something that most people genuinely haven't even heard about. A major vehicle dependability study, one of the most respected in the entire industry, ranked this car as the single most dependable vehicle tested in 2025. Not the best sedan, not the best Toyota, the most dependable vehicle. Every category, every brand, every price point, the whole study. And here's the wild part. You can still find these sitting on used car lots for under $15,000. I had a customer roll in last year with a 2014 Avalon showing 342,000 miles on the odometer. He bought it new, changed the oil every 5,000 miles, never missed a single interval. He flushed the transmission fluid every 30,000 miles. Toyota says 60, but he didn't want to gamble. Over 11 years of ownership, brake pads 4 times, rotors twice, 1 set of shocks, 1 starter motor at 289. Original engine, original transmission, original differential, all still running perfectly. He came in to ask me if he should finally trade it in for something newer. I told him it would probably outlast whatever he bought next. He kept it. The 3.5-liter V6 in these Avalons is one of the most overbuilt engines Toyota has ever produced, and that's saying something. Depending on the year, it makes between 268 and 301 horsepower, uses a timing chain that typically lasts the life of the engine, and the documented failure rate is, honestly, boring, because almost nothing ever breaks. On pricing, a 2013 to 2015 Avalon usually sits between $10,000 and $18,000. The 2016 to 2018 models climb higher, $16,000 to $22,000, but high mileage examples under $15,000 aren't hard to find. Annual maintenance averages about $463. The projected 10-year ownership cost is roughly $4,500, which is about $1,400 less than the average sedan. Real-world repairs are minor. Ignition coils past 100,000 miles, 1 to 200 each. Valve cover gaskets at very high mileage, 2 to 400. Oxygen sensors, 30 to 150. Some early cars had audio speaker distortion issues, 50 to 200 per speaker if it bothers you. Here's something most people don't realize. The Lexus ES 350 everyone loves to recommend as the smart used luxury buy. Same platform, same engine, same transmission. The Lexus badge adds $8,000 to $12,000 on the used market and changes nothing about the mechanical reliability. If the badge matters to you, that's fine, but mechanically you're buying the same car. If you're shopping, the 2015 to 2018 models have fewer minor issues than the 2013 and 2014. If you're going older to save money, the 2005 to 2012 third generation uses the same reliable V6 and can be found for $3,000 to $8,000. Just avoid 2006 and 2011. Check the government recall database for the fuel pump recall on 2018 and 2019 models. It's a free dealer fix. Verify the airbag computer recall on 2012 to 2018 cars. And do yourself a favor. Slow, deliberate change the transmission fluid every 30,000 miles, not 60. That one habit alone can buy you another 100,000 miles out of the gearbox. What you're really buying with an Avalon is 15 years of not thinking about your car. It's not exciting, it's not something you brag about, but it starts every single morning, and it costs almost nothing to keep running. That's the pitch. And for a lot of people, that's exactly what they need. Now, number 1. This is the car that made a grown man accuse me of showing him a fake website. Nobody believes this brand belongs in this conversation until they see the numbers.
Car number 1, the Buick LaCrosse, 2017 to 2019. And before you react, I need you to put down every assumption you have about this brand for the next 2 minutes. I know what Buick means to most people. I know the jokes. But hear me out, because the data here is genuinely hard to argue with. When new, a 2017 to 2019 LaCrosse stickered between $33,000 and $42,000. Today, you can buy one for $11,000 to $16,000. That's a $40,000 car at used Civic money. And before you say the depreciation is there for a reason, let me tell you what actually happened. A customer came in for a pre-purchase inspection on a 2018 LaCrosse with 52,000 miles. He was paying $14,500. I went over the entire car. Clean history report, fresh oil, new tires, brakes still at 60%. No issues. I told him it was a genuinely good buy. He looked at me like I'd insulted him. "It's a Buick," he said. "My grandfather drove one of those. They fall apart." I pulled up the dependability rankings on my phone right there. Buick scored 143 problems per 100 vehicles, best among all mainstream brands, better than Toyota, better than Honda. He told me the website looked fake and that I was probably making it up. That's how deep brand perception runs. His opinion didn't change the fact that the car works. Mechanically, here's what you're actually getting. A 3.6-liter V6 making 303 horsepower paired to an 8-speed automatic in 2017 and a refined 9-speed in 2018 and 2019 that's smoother and more proven. The cabin is engineered around silence. Triple door seals, acoustic laminated glass, active noise cancellation. Buick built this thing to be genuinely quiet, and it shows. I've had customers tell me it's quieter than cars they've ridden in at twice the price. And because this is a GM product, every independent mechanic can work on it. Parts are cheap, everywhere, and easy to source. The exact opposite of European luxury ownership. On pricing, a 2017 LaCrosse sits around $11,000. The 2018 and 2019 models land between $13,000 and $16,000. These cars have lost 60 to 75% of their original value. Annual maintenance averages about $569 according to RepairPal, higher than the Japanese sedans here, but a fraction of what a German luxury car costs. Common repairs stay reasonable. Rare power steering issues run $1,000 to $1,200, electrical diagnostics $95 to $150, ignition coils are so cheap that a full set costs less than a single coil on most European cars. Transmission fluid services every 45,000 miles run $150 to $250. Shopping advice: avoid the first-generation 2005 to 2009 widespread gearbox failures. Skip 2010 to 2013 as well, electrical problems throughout. The real target is 2018 or 2019 with the 9-speed. Essence and Avenir trims give you heated and ventilated seats, adaptive cruise, heads-up display, and a panoramic roof, features that add $15,000 on a comparable Lexus. When inspecting, listen for any power steering whine on a cold start, confirm documented transmission services, and always run the VIN through the recall database to verify everything's been completed. Here's the honest breakdown of who this car is for. If you want real luxury features without luxury repair bills, this is it. If you plan to drive past 150,000 miles and want to be comfortable doing it, this is it. If you're under 40 and deeply worried about what your friends think when you pull up, probably not for you, and that's fine. If you need the latest driver assist tech, look newer. But if you want to know what a mechanic buys when they want something reliable, quiet, comfortable, and priced like the market still hasn't caught on, this is the answer.
So, those are the three: the Mazda 6, the Avalon, and the LaCrosse. Consumer Reports' #1 used car pick under $10,000, the most dependable vehicle in a major 2025 study, and a former $40,000 luxury sedan now selling for civic money. You now have a clearer picture of what actually lasts than most people walking onto a used car lot this weekend. The next time someone tries to sell you on reliability based purely on a badge or a brand name, you'll know to the looking at the actual data instead. On these three cars, perception and reality are miles apart, and that gap, that's exactly where the value lives. And if you want to see the other side of this, the cheap used cars with known catastrophic failures that end up costing more to fix than they're worth, that video is up next. 20 years of watching these things roll in and out of the shop. I'll show you exactly what to avoid and why.